Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
This is a great day. Very excited to be here with Justin and Jimmy. Over the summer, Brett and I mentioned we were looking to add elite talent to our young core. I remember sitting around in Las Vegas Summer League with a bunch of people here and talking about that. And I'm incredibly excited today to be able to welcome Jimmy and Justin to the city of Philadelphia. This is a city that loves fierce competitors and those who will push against all obstacles to find a way to win. That's the ethic that we've built our team on. And Jimmy, obviously that's what you do every night on the court. So we're really excited to have you. In addition, Justin, former first-round pick, we're really excited to have you on the court when you're ready and healthy. Today, in addition, we say goodbye, sadly, to Bob, Dario, and Jared, who were instrumental in making our team competitive. Thank you all for your hard work and commitment to our organization and to the city of Philadelphia. We will miss you, and best of luck in your career. We know you'll do great. Elton, I'd like to commend you for your leadership in terms of making a move that further drives us towards our goal of bringing a championship to this city. And to our fans, you're the most passionate fans in the NBA. Night after night, you give us a huge advantage on the home court. We greatly appreciate your support. We couldn't do it without you. My commitment to this city is that I and our team will do our best to bring a championship to the city of Philadelphia. Today, I believe we're closer to that goal. In my opinion, we now have 3 of the top 20 players in the NBA. Jimmy is a gifted scorer, a ferocious defender whose competitiveness fits our team, our culture, and our city. He's complementary to our young stars, Joel and Ben, as well as to the rest of our team. And Justin is a talented young player with tremendous potential. Coach Brown has a knack for player development, and we're excited and eager to see Justin's growth and development. Thank you all for being here today on this exciting day. We've just taken a big step forward in our goal, and I'll turn it over to Elton to say a few words.
Thanks, Josh. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. It's a big day for our franchise as we welcome Jimmy Butler and Justin Patton to Philadelphia. Before I get rolling, I want to take a minute to thank Cove, Dario, and Jared for all they did in their time in Philadelphia. They're friends, former teammates of mine, great guys. I know they'll continue to have productive careers. I wish them well, and we'll miss them, but I know they'll do well. That's the tough side of the business, but I made this move because I believe it's what's best for our team. We have a championship window, and it's important that we do whatever it takes to capitalize on it. So it was important to us to go get a superstar, to go get some young talent to help make that next step in achieving the championship. We have a great core, as we know, including Joel and Ben, and this trade gave us that opportunity to add an elite player like Jimmy Butler. Jimmy's one of the best players in the league, hands down, both ends of the floor. He can score, he can defend, and he loves to compete and has a burning desire to win. His goals match ours and the city of Philadelphia. With Joel, Ben, and Jimmy and the rest of our dynamic roster, we have a strong combination to take on the best teams in the NBA. In this deal, we also had the chance to bring in Justin, who is bright young talent and former first-round pick. We're excited to watch his growth and development in the coming months. Lastly, I want to thank Josh Harris and David Blitzer for their support. Their commitment to bringing a championship to Philadelphia is clear, and their support in making this move further demonstrates that. Thanks again for everyone for being here, and with that said, we'll open it up for questions.
Elton, how did this deal come together, Elton?
When we first found out Jimmy may be available, like many other teams, we reached out to Minnesota. My group, Alex Rucker, Mark Eversley, Ned Cohen, Vince Rosman, we put together some value propositions that we thought were fair, thought that could get the deal done. I spoke to Scott Layden very often. We had a running joke. It's, hey, this is Elton with our daily call. I spoke to him a lot. Once it had some legs, Josh Harris was great. He had a great relationship with Glenn, and his commitment to winning a championship, he spoke to Glenn direct, talked to me and said, hey, I think we're very close. We could finish this thing up. I spoke to Scott Layden, who was very professional throughout all this, and we closed the deal.
Hey, Jimmy. Kyle Newbeck from Philly Voice. There obviously were a lot of reports and a lot of speculation over the last couple of months about you as perhaps a teammate, your personality, things like that. What would you want the fans of Philadelphia, the city of Philadelphia, to know about you as a person, not necessarily the basketball player?
I mean, you really wouldn't know who I am unless you're around me every day. And for the most part, that's why I don't worry too much about what everybody says. If you know me, if you're around me, you know my heart, and you know how I go about what I go about. I love my teammates. I don't think there's too many of them that'll tell you that I'm a bad teammate, but I mean, people get whatever they want to say out. It is what it is, but I think that I'm an incredible human being, teammate, and I'll show that to the guys that are here.
Jamie Apodi from Channel 6 Action News. Can you tell us a little bit about what the past few days have been like for you, and how excited are you to be here in Philadelphia, and what kind of potential do you see here with the Sixers?
The last few days have been moving so incredibly fast. As you can tell, I'm the only one up here without a suit on because the suit got here late this morning. So that's to start off one. I'm very excited. Obviously, the potential here with Ben and Joe and all the other guys on the roster, I think we can be really, really good. When everybody buys into everything, we get that chemistry and all of that good stuff rolling. We're going to win a lot of games. I know that this city thrives and loves guys that just compete and work hard and want to win. And if you haven't been able to tell by now, I think I'm that guy that just competes and just wants to win at a very high level. So I look forward to it.
Jimmy, Kai Carlin, 1400 WOND. Have you thought about the defensive potential you're on right now with Joel and Ben?
I cannot see so I wasn't really listening to oh, okay, I see.
Back here, bro.
Can you repeat that, please? Can you repeat it?
Have you thought about the defensive potential you have with both Joel and Ben, the length you guys have?
Yeah, I was actually watching them play last night, and I liked the way that they were able to switch a lot of different things on the floor at any given time. Obviously, I love the guard. Those guys have some really long arms. They're strong. They get the basketball game on a mental level. So whenever you have that, the defense is going to come. It's going to be easy. If everybody's bought into it, we get back, rebound. I mean, they're one of the fastest-paced teams. So I think the offense is going to come with time.
Ian Begley, ESPN.com. I guess for Elton and Josh, obviously Jimmy can be a free agent this summer. Do you guys view this as a short-term rental or more of a long-term proposition with Jimmy?
And of course, Jimmy is signed this year and next year. He has an opportunity to opt out this summer. We hope he sees a fit here. We hope that we see the fit there this season because we know what kind of talent he is. He's a superstar player, so we're definitely looking forward to having those discussions, but we can't have those yet.
Jimmy, Zach Gelb, CBS Sports Radio. Just from afar, what are your impressions of Markelle Fultz, and as a teammate with your experiences, how do you try to help him reach his maximum potential?
He's a talented young player. I think that from what I can tell, a lot of things are mental. In this league, I think 90% of it is mental. If you think you can do something, you really can. I know how hard he works because I'm in LA and I know that he comes by there and trains. I know some of the people that know him and they tell me how great he wants to be. So, I mean, as long as he's going hard and giving his all that every day, I mean, the guy has my respect. I just want him to go out there, play hard, be who he is, stick to his strengths, and I know he's just going to thrive. He's going to be successful.
Hey, Jimmy, John Clark with NBC Sports Philadelphia. How do you think you will mesh offensively, and after talking to Joel and Ben, the way you go about scoring, mixing it together, how do you think it'll mesh?
Offense is easy. You shoot the ball when you're open. If you can drive it, you drive it. If you're not, you pass it. I think that we have a really unselfish group of guys who are going to make that extra pass. If JJ's open and I'm open on the three, I would pray that they throw the ball to JJ instead of me. So I think whenever you have guys like that, offense is going to be the easy part of it.
Jimmy, right here. Crystal Rich, NBC Sports Philly. Welcome to Philly. Justin, welcome to Philly. The fans are really excited to have you. They are already declaring you, Ben, Joel, the big three. What's your reaction when you hear that? And going forward, since you said you watched some of the game last night, how do you see yourself meshing in with those guys on the hardwood?
I like the sound of it. It sounds really good. Now we just got to go out there and make some things happen. Talk is just that. It's just talk. You know, when we get out there and play together, I think it'll be a different story. Hopefully a good one that ends with a happy ending. But I think that when guys get out there and they know how to play basketball, which everybody on this roster does, it's all going to fall into place. I don't think that anybody's going to step on anybody's toes. I think everybody still has the same job to do, and everybody's expected to be the player that they always have been. That's why I think it's going to be so simple.
Anthony Gilbert, NJ.com. My question is for Elton Brand. Elton, the trade was 3 players for 2. So according to that, you still have 1 roster spot that will be a guaranteed NBA contract. Can you shed some light about that potential next move?
Yeah, despite what's been reported, we're going to take our time and evaluate the landscape. We feel that we can actually add an important piece with that roster spot, so we're not in a rush. Nothing's imminent right now, but we think we can use that to do some real damage and help our team.
Jimmy, Brian Seltzer, Sixers.com over here. You've accomplished a lot in your career. Can you tell us just how much your desire is burning to win a championship? Where does that rank on your list of priorities?
That's above any and everything. I think that's the reason why everybody plays this game, is to win a championship. I mean, MVPs are great, scoring titles are great, defensive players of the year, great. But, man, that trophy, getting that ring, knowing that for that point in time you're the best team in the world, that's special. All I ever wanted to do is win at any and every level. I have a new opportunity to do that here, and that's the goal. That will always be the goal.
Jimmy, Kristen Rogers, Fox 29 right here. What was your outside perspective and perception of the Sixers culture, and how do you think you can add to it now?
Just how hard they play. I think that's the one thing that you notice more than anything. And, of course, Joe on social media is a special work of art. But they play so incredibly hard, and they want to win. Like, that makes me smile, because that's who I am as a whole, as a person, every single day. So it's going to be fun to get out there and compete and help win some games. I can't wait. You know, these games come around quickly, and hopefully I can get out there on the floor as soon as possible.
Jessica Camerato for Basketball Insiders. Jimmy, going back to these crazy past few days for you, how initially did you find out about the trade, and what was your first reaction when you heard the news?
How did I initially find out? I mean, it's crazy because it seems like everybody knows before the people that are supposed to know. And my phone was blowing up, and I was only waiting on like 2 people to tell me that, hey, this is what's going on. But I had like 35 text messages before the 2 people I wanted to hear from actually contacted me. So that's actually how I found out. And the rest was, kind of history. I'm here now. Like I said, the past few days have been moving so fast. I tell you the truth, I just want to hoop. I just want to play basketball. That's what I love to do. That's what I've done for the longest time now. I'm excited about this opportunity. Those days are now a thing of the past, and I'm ready to move forward.
Kevin Kincaid from Crossing Broad. Jimmy, I'm right here.
Thank you.
I was wondering if you could get into a little bit more detail on the offense, because the Sixers are kind of an up-tempo team that likes to run and gun, pass the ball around, a motion offense. Not a lot of ISO, not a lot of pick and roll. Specifically, how you feel like you fit into that and how that compares to what you were doing in Minnesota.
It's different, I won't lie. I think I had the ball a lot whenever I was in Minnesota, but that doesn't mean that I can't play the style of basketball I was played here. That was just what I was asked to do when I was there. I don't think that that's a problem. I think I'm great at sharing the ball, moving without the ball. If I need the ball, I'll go steal it, and go to the other end and lay it up. I'll go get an offensive rebound. There's more than one way to get the ball, and I think the way that these guys play, sharing the ball, setting screens, slipping, all of that good stuff, I think that's actually easier than having to create all the time in an ISO situation or off of a pick and roll.
Jimmy, Howard Eskin, WIP Radio, and Fox 29. I saw an interview on ESPN, I think it was the beginning of the season. You said it's not about the money. So does that come into play? Is it the city? Is it the team? And how much does the money come into play? Because obviously that'll be a factor at the end of the year.
Man, it's not. Like, I already got enough money to have me and my family set for the rest of my life. Like, it's not about the money. I got to be able to love where I'm at and have a great chance to win the championship. I think, for me, that's what it's about. I think this city is going to be absolutely amazing from the things that I've heard. Obviously, I've played here as a away team plenty. I love what Josh and Elton are doing. I think they're doing it the right way. That's what matters, the people that are around here and how everybody is treated, because basketball is just one part of it. But to know that you're wanted and that you're always going to be taken care of, your people are always going to be taken care of, I think that's what matters most to me and a lot of other people in this league.
Jimmy, in the front here, Sarah Todd with the Philadelphia Inquirer. I'm wondering if you've had any conversations with Ben or Joel since the trade happened and what those conversations have been like. And then secondly, for you and for Elton, you said not many of your teammates would say that you're a bad teammate and that, you know, people don't know you unless they're around you. So with the idea, a lot of the criticism is concern that you would come to a team and that it would be dramatic or there would be drama in the locker room. What do you say to try to quell maybe some of those concerns? And Elton, with the situation in Minnesota, how did you kind of suss out what the real situation was?
I'll take it first, big guy. So I have talked to Ben and to Joe, and it's crazy because we know basketball. Basketball is not going to be the main topic. You know, everybody's just excited. We're excited to have you. I'm excited to be a part of the team. I'm ready to get rocking, like all of that good stuff. Combo basically kind of ends because they got to get ready for a game. I'm doing Lord knows what, media, working out, all of that good stuff. But the funny part about it is all you hear is sources say. You never hear a player say it. And I think if a player had a problem with anything, that they would. That's how I feel about the situation. And unless everybody in my past locker room was just that fake, I don't think that I was that big of a problem at all. Even after I was moved, I still had great conversations with them, wishing them luck because they're incredible players, but even better human beings. I'll leave it at that. You know, all the sources and the sources say, I'm pretty sure the sources still say here as well.
So I spoke to many of Jimmy's teammates, ex-coaches, management staff, and what I got out of it was what he just alluded to. In the locker room, they loved him. Now, on the court, he's demanding, he wants to win, and I could deal with that. Our organization can deal with that. Our players can deal with that because they want to win. But talk to many of his teammates. It's like, he's great. We loved him in the locker room. On the court, he's demanding, and he wanted to win. He pushed me to be better, is what I was hearing. So it was an easy call for me.
Ian Begley, ESPN.com. For Elton, obviously, when a player like Jimmy comes here, it changes the hierarchy of the roster. I'm just curious, in general, what's your assessment been of Markelle Fultz thus far, and how does Jimmy coming here change where he fits in, if at all?
Yeah, when you bring in a four-time All-Star like Jimmy Butler, there's going to be ripple effects throughout the entire roster and whoever plays. Coach Brown, an environment he's built, I mean, he's well suited for that, to figure out how the pieces fit. So he will definitely handle that.
Hey, Justin, can you tell us over here a little bit about yourself, your goals, where you see yourself and what you took away from your first season as a pro?
First, my goals are just to get healthy, and with this situation, that's the perfect thing. They're familiar with the injury that I have, and they've communicated to me that it should go along smoothly. So I'm just excited to get to work. They're excited, and it's gonna be fun. Over the last year, I just learned that it's a long road, and you can't give up too fast. So I just learned how to grow up and just stay the course. And right now it's rehab and every single day attacking that. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Jamie Apodi, 6ABC. Can you tell the fans something about you maybe they don't know? They know what kind of player you are. Let Philadelphia know a little bit about you, the person.
I don't do much, to tell you the truth. I love dominoes. I do that probably more often than anything, some cards. What else? I still love country music. I still do drive a minivan, so if y'all see that rolling down the street, I'm for sure in it. What else? Oh, that's basically it. That's all I got for you. That's me in a nutshell. Yeah.
Jimmy, right over here, Brian Chris Lorch again, NBC Sports Philly. I'm just wondering what you know about our sports fan base being a very blue-collar, passionate fan base. And for you, Justin, I just want to know what the transition has been like for you. It seems like your fate has been tied with Jimmy Butler since your draft night. So when you got the call or you got the notification that you were coming here, what has that process been like with you? Jimmy, I guess you.
I'm first. We're going to put it on Jess. Jess, go ahead.
Wait, can you repeat?
I knew you was going to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. For you, it seems like your fate has been tied to Jimmy Butler since your draft night. And it's been a whirlwind for you since you got to the league. What was the transition like from hearing the news that you've been traded to coming here to today? I want to hear about your story a little bit.
It was unique. It was kind of like a rocky situation, as you know. But when the news came out and they found out I was going with Jimmy, it was like it was meant to be because he's a hard worker and it's a good leader to follow. So I know going into the situation, if I just look at what he's doing and follow his route, and as I did in my last year, I'm going to be in the right place. So when you got a leader like him, it's going to make the transition easy for myself.
Thanks. And Jimmy, it was just about what you know about the Philadelphia.
I remember it. I'm not like him. I like the fact that they like people that grind, that go hard. You know, that's what I've always built my basketball talents off of. I'll tell you right now, I'm not the most talented guy. I'm not the best shooter. I'm not the fastest runner or the highest jumper. I just think that I just play hard. Like I'm up early before a lot of people in the gym, and I'm there later than a lot of people in the gym just because I want to do whatever it is that my team asks for me to do to help us win as many games as possible. Like I really take great pride in that, knowing that I'm basically in control of my own destiny when it comes to being out there on the basketball floor. I love to work. I love to grind. I've always been like that. It doesn't change now. If anything, I just take it up a notch. And I think the city's gonna love that about me. I'm excited, like I've said probably a countless amount of times as I've been up here talking into this microphone, but I am excited.
Jimmy, straight in the back, Anthony Gilbert, NJ.com. My question for you is the Sixers have a need for jump shooting. They need someone who can knock down a consistent jump shot. So given your skill set and the fact that you're a self-made man, can you talk a little bit about what you can bring immediately to address that situation?
I think I could put the ball in a basket, whether it be a jump shot, a layup, a post-up in transition. We'll find ways to make things work. If I gotta spend countless amount of hours shooting tray balls, I'll do that. I know what I'm capable of doing when I'm out there on the floor. I think it's gonna be easy to play off the guys that we have. I'll shoot with JJ as much as possible because he tends to make a lot of shots out there on the floor. So I think he'll make my job a lot easier in that aspect. But I'm telling you, man, I don't think the basketball, the offense is gonna be the problem at all. I think offense is the easy part. As fast as we play, like everybody was open on the floor last night. Like that's absolutely incredible. And the ball was finding the open guy every single time. So we'll figure it out.
Jessica Camarado for Basketball Insiders. Jimmy, what would make this season a success for you?
I mean, that's easy. It's a hard thing to do, but it's an easy answer. Obviously, to win a championship. That is why I play, why we play. Why they did what they did, is to win. That's our goal. I can tell you that right now. I've talked to them about it, so that will be a success. But I think we got a long way to go before we can reach that, but we're definitely shooting for it.
Ian Begley, ESPN.com. Jimmy, obviously you're focused on today in Philadelphia, but you were tied so closely with Tom Thibodeau throughout your career. Where do things stand with you and Tom after everything that took place?
Man, Tibbs is my guy. The world knows that. You know that. It was hard going through that with Tibbs, but you know he knew what it was for the most part. I have so much respect for him, the organization, the players that they have. It just didn't work out. You know, that's part of it. It's part of the business. It's part of life. I still wish them the best. You know, I still talk to those guys. I will continually talk to those guys. If any of them need my help, I'm always try to help them to the best of my ability. But you know, when we go up against them, they're the enemy now.
Come this way, guys. Good job, man.
Great job, Jess, man. You make me proud, man. Huh?
Saw that.
Thank you, Jimmy. Have you stand over there. Justin, come on up. All right, Justin, go ahead and flip that. Show the Sixers logo. All right, Jimmy, come back in here one more and then we're done. I'll give my man Buddha a photo though. All right, front of the jersey, yes?